Hello and welcome to In Simple Terms with Satish. Today we are talking about the software behind Ola, Uber, Lyft and Rapido matching. Let us start with the technology first. Ride-hailing matching is the live software problem of pairing riders and drivers while the map, traffic, prices, cancellations, supply and demand keep changing. At first, it can sound like one clever feature, but the real story is a system of sensors, models, rules, feedback loops, and trade-offs that has to work in the real world, not only in a demo. Let us understand this with a simple everyday example. Imagine a restaurant host seating thousands of guests every minute, but the tables are moving, guests keep changing their minds, waiters are entering and leaving, and some people will cancel if they wait too long. The host cannot simply pick the nearest table. They must think about wait time, fairness, capacity, and what the whole restaurant will look like a few minutes later. Now return to the actual technical concept. Under the hood, the stack has several parts. First, location and ETA estimation, where the system predicts where drivers and riders really are and how long trips will take. Second, supply and demand forecasting, where the marketplace estimates where cars will be needed soon. Third, candidate matching, where nearby drivers are ranked by pickup time, trip direction, reliability, and marketplace health. Fourth, pricing and incentives, where the app tries to balance rider demand with driver availability. Fifth, cancellation and reassignment handling, where the system recovers when people change plans. Sixth, fairness and policy controls, where platforms try to avoid bad outcomes for riders, drivers, or neighborhoods. That list matters because modern technology is rarely one model or one app screen. It is usually a chain. Data has to be captured, interpreted, checked, acted on, and corrected when reality disagrees. For engineers, the useful idea is this. The practical pattern is marketplace optimization under uncertainty. Make a good enough decision now, keep measuring what happens, and rebalance continuously. The catch is that the best match for one rider may not be the best match for the whole marketplace. A short pickup may steal the only driver from a high demand zone. A cheap fare may create rider demand that driver supply cannot handle. A high fare may solve supply but damage trust. This is why the topic matters for students and builders. The visible product may look simple, but the engineering work is in the hidden boundary conditions. What happens when the input is noisy? What happens when the user behaves unexpectedly? What happens when the system is confident but wrong? What gets logged, reviewed, updated, and rolled back? A good way to learn the topic is to sketch the pipeline. Draw the input signals on the left, the decision or prediction layer in the middle, the user-facing action on the right, and the failure modes underneath. That one diagram will teach more than memorizing the buzzword. The clear takeaway is this. Ride matching is not a button that finds the nearest driver. It is a real-time marketplace system balancing maps, predictions, prices, wait times, cancellations, and fairness. In simple terms, the magic is not the label. The magic is the system design underneath, and the discipline to know where the system works, where it fails, and how humans stay in the loop. If this helped you understand the topic in simple terms, follow or subscribe to In Simple Terms with Satish. I will see you in the next episode. A useful way to test your understanding is to ask what the system knows directly and what it only guesses. The gap between measurement and inference is where many failures hide. Another useful question is, who owns the decision when something goes wrong? The model, the sensor, the operator, the policy, or the product design behind ride-hailing matching and marketplace dispatch?